What is going on, guys? Panther here, your coach of the Carolina Clefables, and we are finally bringing you our LBC Finals match against Jolt and his Kansas City Jirachiefs. So yeah, this battle has been a long time coming here. We have had some scheduling conflicts just with the end of the generation and all, trying to get this battle in. And yeah, we were finally able to do it this past weekend, and yeah, here it is, guys. So I've spent a lot of time prepping for this. I'm sure Jolt has as well. Before I even get into talking about my team at all, I want to give a big shout out to a couple of people who really put in some work helping me prep. I made several versions of this team. So I want to thank, first of all, Jacob, because he actually took the first crack and actually passed me some of the spreads for the mons that I ended up using in the final version of the team, like the Hydreigon and the Glade. Then I would like to thank Kaz as well, really being available to bounce off a lot of ideas from, help me perfect some things, for sure. He was a big help throughout the team building process. And then I want to thank Gypsy also, really just mocked me a whole lot and gave me a lot of feedback on the team as well. So finally got a version of the team on the fifth build that I was very comfortable and confident with. And yeah, let's see how it goes here. So let's start talking about some of these mons. So first, let's talk about my Hydreigon. It is it's a bulkier Hydreigon, to really just pivot in on pretty much the Rotom Wash. Rotom kind of can just run through me. But I am Choppleberry with Flamethrower to kind of lure that Cobalion a little bit. Cobalion can be a big threat to my team, but I need that thing weakened to really go in with my Wincon, which is my Scolipede here in this match. I have SD Scolipede with Bug Z. So if we can weaken that Cobalion, then Scolipede just looks really good if I can manage to get an SD up. So it's looking like I'll probably be able to get an SD up, potentially on the Cobalion if it's not like T-Wave or anything like that. The Beedrill I can SD on, the Rotom if it's not Will-O-Wisp, the Togekiss if it's not offensive because I do have the bulk to take it on, the Zygarde if it's not Z-Move because I do have the bulk to take a Adamant Stone Edge, as long as he's not E-Speed as well, of course, and I can't really SD on the Mew unless I want to threaten it out. But yeah, so Hydreigon lets me lure and weaken that Cobalion a little bit to help me set up my Scolipede. I have Calm Mind Sylveon as well, so Calm Mind, Wish Tech, and Hyper Voice, of course. Thought a long time about going Moonblast. He does have an Alolan Persian. I thought maybe that could come and be a Throat Chop variant, but I just in mocks didn't see much of Alolan Persian at all, as a matter of fact. So I really didn't think it had that much merit here in this matchup. So if that would have came, it would have caught me off guard for sure. But we had ways around that, in my opinion. So moving on, we have an Adamant SD Glade. So Glade is actually looking like another Wincon separate from Scolipede here. That really is going to pair well with these next two mons. If I can eliminate that Beedrill, SD Glade looks fantastic. If none of these mons are choice scarfed. So I'll tell you a little bit more why after we go over these next two. So I'm going to skip to Landorus here for this one. I have a bulky Intimidate Landorus with Rocks, Edge, Toxic, and Earthquake. And my item is not Rocky Helmet as you would expect. It is Eject Button. So let's talk about where we're not Rocky Helmet. Mega Beedrill just really runs through me. I don't have a lot of mons that I can switch in on Mega Beedrill. And even so, with it just getting a U-turn off and pivoting out into something else, it just really grants his team too many opportunities to set up, too many opportunities to get chip on me, especially if hazards are up, and really just wear down my team overall. So I actually came up with this idea from my boy Miticus. Actually had a unique idea for Eject Button on the Landorus, and I thought, you know what, maybe that works if I get something that gets Pursuit. So I was looking through my team, and actually Staraptor gets Pursuit. So I have Banded, Pursuits, Intimidate Staraptor to trap that Beedrill and annihilate it. So I want to see if that pays off in battle, because some of the mocks that I did with this team after that was really trapping the Beedrill and then Glade going off after an SD. So That is the game plan. If he does not have a choice scarf user and I'm able to do that, then we're just really going to blow him back here in this battle, in my opinion, because he doesn't have a lot that can take on Glade. So unless something like the Togekiss is scarfed, or the Mew is like, I don't know, Scarf Shadow Ball or something, and it's just really chipped down my Glade and put it in range of that, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. Lead that did the best in Mox was definitely Hydreigon. If I led with Landorus, for example, and he leads with Rotom, then he always gets that Volt Switch out. Or if I lead with Lando and he's Special Cobalion like I'm expecting him to be, he can just get some big damage off with HP Ice and then get his rocks up on the following turn. So I'm going to lead with my Hydreigon to go ahead and try to lure him into staying in and giving me Flamethrower damage on him. So we'll have to see if that is the case here in this one. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and lead with the Hydreigon as Jolt is issuing that challenge. Of course, you guys know Jolt, he needs no introduction. He is a phenomenal battler. I've only gotten the opportunity to play him one time before, and that was not in standard format. That was in the Surge format in TTM Summer Showdown Tour one time. So excited to finally get the opportunity to play him. He's the second seed in this tournament, and I am the first. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some big damage off with the Flamethrower here. We find out that we outspeed, so this thing is more defensive. I assume to check my Scolipede, so I'm thinking like maybe it's Shukaberry or even Chopple at this point, in case Superpower on the Scolipede. So we unfortunately do get the burn, as you can see there. I don't know at this point how much that matters though, because like I said, I really am expecting a special Cobalion with HP Ice to have a way to do some damage to my Hydreigon. He's just going to go ahead and get his Stealth Rocks up here on this turn though, and they perhaps are going to be there to stay unless I can force him to default, because I did not bring it myself, of course. So now I do think he's going to switch out here, and I do predict the Togekiss to come in. So we're actually going to Flash Cannon up here, and he's going to go out into the Rotom Wash here. So I did think that the Togekiss was going to be bulky to help take on this thing, because Hydreigon actually had a pretty good offensive matchup. It's one of the bonds I considered actually speed passing into, but Togekiss just gave me too many problems. So he's going to pivot now, scouting, I assume. We do know that he has leftovers now, and he's pretty bulky on the Rotom. So we're going to go ahead and click the Dark Pulse here. And yeah, it's going to give it the justified boost, but like I said, don't know how much that's going to matter with it being, with me expecting it to be special. Turns out after the battle it is mixed, so I don't know if that influenced Jolt to throw this thing away since it is burnt, but that is just what he's going to do here. He's just going to throw it away. So I'm sure without the burn it would have influenced him to play differently. But he may have ended up sacking it off too as well, since his team doesn't exactly let my Scolipede set up freely. So now he goes out into the Mega Beedrill, and so this is the situation that I wanted. So the only issue that my plan could run into really is if he knocks here on this turn, which knock is fair since it's so early, hazards aren't up. And he's probably expecting the Rocky Helmet, but if he U-turns, then I'm getting what I want out of this. So he is going to make the actual U-turn play here as I go out into my Landorus and get the Intimidate drop. So he's going to U-turn up, and unless he is some type of just really bulky Beedrill, we're going to be able to kill it with the Adamant Choice Banded Staraptor Pursuit on the following turn, as long as he switches. But he doesn't really have a choice but to switch, since he's going to be -2 after this Intimidate plus Staraptor's Intimidate, which is one of the reasons why I decided to bring Intimidate on it after all, in case he did want to stay in and try to 2-hit KO me with P-Jab. But I'm sure he's probably expecting Choice Scarfed here at this point, so I'm going to go for the Pursuit, as he does in fact withdraw. And we are actually able to knock this thing out here, so that is huge. And at this point, I'm very excited, because that really just opens up my Glade so much. So if you take a look at his team, he's got this defensive Rotom here. He's got what I expect to be defensive Mew to help take on my Mega Glade. Probably defensive Togekiss as well to help check Hydreigon. Maybe some type of blur on it, like Kabaya Berry to take the P-Jab, because Scolipede just looks hugely threatening. Plus 2 Bug Z is going to kill a max HP Zygarde. Yeah, I'm pretty excited here at this point in the battle. So he's gonna go into the Rotom here, and he can Hydro if he'd like. I really do expect the Volt Switch here, though. Hydreigon's looking not to be that useful. I don't have Dragon Stab on this thing to hit Zygarde. Mew can be a problem. Calm Mind Mew gave me problems in a lot of my mocks with just Calm Mind Roost, Psychic, and D-Gleam, as he's actually going to go out into Togekiss here. And so now I have a decision to make. What do I want to go into? So I'm actually going to go out into my Landorus here. I have a more Spadef Landorus to help check like a bulky defensive Togekiss. Really want to get the Toxic off on it. Lando has no job here either. I guess I could get the Intimidate on Zygarde, but I still have a full health Sylveon for that, as well as that tells me he is very offensive. So there's a 2 Air Slash. He is offensive and speedy. I don't have a lot of speed on my Landorus here at this point, so I'm not sure if he is if he's Scarfed or if he's just like an offensive nasty plot, which it has a lot of merit here. So he's gonna go for the Air Slash here on my Sylveon, and Sylveon's taking some damage. I'm gonna go for the Hyper Voice as we break through the first time, and we're gonna be able to do some damage. So that tells me he does not have a lot of HP investment. So we're gonna play this game here for a little bit, but I really need my Sylveon, so I'm really needing Sylveon to pull through for me here. It's my main answer to Zygarde, and this thing just gets to click Hyper Voice. So I am Calm Mind, and that is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to set up on this Togekiss. I'm going to try to get some Calm Minds up and force him to make some decisions here, some tough decisions. So he gets the flinch there on the first one, as I go for the Wish here after this Protect turn. I'm going to Protect just to get as much leftovers as I can every other turn. I'm going to Wish here on the following turn. I went for Calm Mind on the first flinch. So here on this one, I go for the Wish just to get up to a decent amount of HP to try to take this thing on with. So there's the second flinch on the Sylveon, and yeah, now things are not looking so great for myself. So I'm going to go for the Protect, as I believe he switches out here and goes into Mew. So he's going to go into Mew, and yeah, not looking so hot Sylveon anymore, because it's taking a lot of damage. But I'm still gonna preserve Sylveon and try to get that Wish up here later. He's actually gonna go for the Taunt here as I go right out into Staraptor, and Staraptor gives me some momentum because I can just click Double Edge here and do a lot of damage to something as he goes for the Taunt. So I'm thinking Taunt, maybe Roost, Willow, and Psychic here at this point. Maybe D-Gleam to hit the Hydreigon and Glade both, as I'm going to go for the Edge, and that does a ton of damage as he sets up a light screen here. So thinking I only really have Hydreigon and Sylveon here at this point to try to get in here to hit him on the special side. So I'm trying to think what he's trying to accomplish here. So I'm going to go ahead and Double Edge again, pick up the kill on the Mew as he goes back out into the Togekiss, and we are adamant. So I believe we do outspeed this thing naturally. So this tells me right here that he has Choice Scarf. So on this turn, I have some decisions to make on this turn. I have 4 Moms left alive. I have Glade, Scolipede, Hydreigon, and my Sylveon. Sylveon's going to die to Scarf, Togekiss, Air Slash, obviously. My Glade is actually out of range and can kill with Zen Headbutt, just depending on HP investment. So that's exactly, we're adamant. That's what we're going to go out into is Glade, because if obviously we have Inner Focus on our Mega Glade, so if he goes for it, if he forgets about Mega Glade's ability, I should be able to pick off this thing, and which would be just huge for my team, because then I can go out into Scolipede. If he goes Zygarde, then I can SD up, and it's probably the game here at this point. If he goes Rotom, I can also SD up on that, because even if he Willows me, I can SD up on the following turn and still have a tremendous attack stat to just be able to do some damage to his team. So that's my sequence of plays here. But it all really depends on Jolt forgetting about Mega Glade's ability here at this point in Inner Focus. So he's going to make a good play and preserve this and make me take that round of rocks damage as he goes out into the Rotom here. And yep, we're just going to Mega Evolve and go for the Zen Headbutt here, of course. And the Scarf Kiss is looking like a big threat, unfortunately, to our team. So we're going to have to see if we can play around this thing, since now we've taken a round of rocks. So now we're not guaranteed to live against this thing, especially not if he's modest. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to go out into Sylveon here on what I expect to be just the Volt Switch, because no reason for him not to go for Volt Switch here. And Sylveon's basically useless since we were not able to wish back up and heal. Light Screen is still up, so that's something I've also got to take into consideration also. This is going to go back out into the Togekiss now. We do not have him confirmed as modest at this point either. So I'm going to go out into my Mega Glade here, and he's going to go for the Air Slash, and still not confirmed as modest, because that could have been a higher roll on a Timid kill there, but I am suspecting it to be modest. We actually confirm it to be modest on this Hydreigon turn, but Mega Glade drops. I think it was a pretty good chance for him to kill, since he was modest on Mega Glade at that point after 2 rounds of rocks. So I'm just going to roost up here. I really don't have another play. Light Screen's up. Flash Cannon's not going to do anywhere near enough. So it's looking pretty bleak for us, barring a miss. And he's going to be able to flinch us there as we go for Roost, just trying to stall out that Light Screen. So here at this point with Hydreigon, my play was just to roost up, stall out Light Screen, and be able to try to pick it off with the Flash Cannon. I'd have to get pretty lucky not getting flinched there at the end. Then he would go out into Zygarde and D-Dance up and most likely win the game, barring a flinch with my Hydreigon, since my Scolopede's on. I really need Scolipede in at this point. So Hydreigon's going to go down, and you know, I don't have Protect on my Scolipede. I'm SD 3 attacks. So barring a miss here, this is going to be it. This is going to be the whole game. And he is unfortunately going to connect with the Air Slash and knock out the Scolipede. So that is the game. Down goes Scolipede. So that's it. That is LBC Finals. Let me flip back over here and just talk about the game just a little bit there at the end. So, you know, obviously at that time I was pretty upset. Not upset at Jolt, because that's what Togekiss does, is flinch. Is just tough to lose like that in finals. And I don't want to take anything away from Jolt either, because he had a great game plan with the Screen Mew. He has Weakness Policy Zygarde sitting in the back also, and so that would have been tough to play around. But a Sylveon that was able to break through there would have made it equally as tough for him to play around, especially if I started Calm Mind boosting. Now I think after I set up the first Calm Mind, if I was able to do so, he's going to go into Mew, and he's going to set up his Light Screen, he's going to taunt, but I'm going to be at full health. And if I'm at full health, because he can't, I set up a Calm Mind as he switches into Togekiss, or as he goes for the Air Slash with Togekiss. If I'm able to break through there, I'm +1 now all of a sudden. I think at that time he goes to Mew as I wish, and then I'm able to start firing off Hyper Voices as he likely Light Screens and taunts, and I should be at full health though when that Zygarde comes in. I'm going to pop its Weakness Policy as he probably Dragon Dances and get the +3, but then the roll is like 86 to 103 or 87 to 103% on my Sylveon to kill it through that. So the game would have played out completely differently though. So it's tough to say. It's tough to say. It's tough to sit here in Theorymon mid battle like that. It's frustrating to lose to a Togekiss a flinch Togekiss, unfortunately. Like I said, he had a good game plan with Mew and Zygarde, and Togekiss, I understand the bring in Scarf Togekiss too, because he recognized that Glade just ran through him. I know he doesn't want to win like that. I know Jolt's a respectable player. He's not going to want to flinch you down for the dub. He's going to want to win with his game plan, and I completely respect that. It's just, like I said, it's frustrating to lose the way that it went down. Getting air slash flinched with Togekiss on Sylveon. Now, like at the end there with Hydreigon, I'm not even taking that into consideration. It would have been a long shot there to win. The flinches on the Sylveon though is what hurts there, most certainly. And who knows, if I would have called mine up the first time on the Togekiss, it would have been a different story. But at that time, also, I did not know that he was Scarfed Kiss either. So I thought he could potentially be the stall breaker with nasty plots. So because I do have some bulkier mons on my team like that. But anyways, that's it for LBC Finals. Good game to you, Jolt. Congrats on your championship. Hopefully I will see you again in Gen 8 and to have our opportunity for some payback. Hopefully I have some hopefully I have Rachi and Togekiss on my team at that time. Have some fun. Just kidding. But yeah, it is what it is here in this one, guys. I appreciate the support here this season. Congratulations again to you, Jolt, on a phenomenal season. Again, you had a great season. I know you had a lot of fun with this team as well with B and Rotom, just gaining you that momentum to bring in those big threats like Mew and Zygarde. You had a really interesting team, really tough team to prep for, really well put together team. So again, just congrats to you. But yeah, guys, thank you again for the support. This is it for the LBC. I don't know if this is going up before or after our BBL game. But that should be it from us for Gen 7, unless I decide to upload our Little Cup playoff run, which I'm not sure if I will or not. I'm just kind of feeling the burnout from the Gen here at this point. So we'll have to see there. We'll have to see. But thank you guys so much for all the support this generation. Until next time, we'll see you.